Hi, everybody. Um, I decided not to shave this morning. I don't know whether my camera will pick up anything on my face or not. But moving on, I wanted to speak about the U.S. military. So, should you join the U.S. military or the police force? No, of course not. Never do that. Why do I say that? So, the US military and the police force are systems of the Jew. They're run by the Jew and they're owned by the Jew. And they exist solely for the purpose of assisting in the extermination of white people. Simple as that. This is not the same view as expressed by many of the people chanting defund the police, in the sense that I do believe that police and soldiers should exist. I believe that if the world was a utopia, we would have police and soldiers, and an ideal country would have police and soldiers. And I would even go so far as to say America should have police and soldiers, but not these police and soldiers. Once again, Andrew Tate was correct when he told young men, millions of young men, not join the US Army and to stay away from that. The US Army has also done a lot of terrible things. They helped in the covering up of Unit 731. Wait, did I get the number wrong? It was a scientific camp where the Japanese tortured lots of people and the US military covered it up, but pretends like it never happened. And during World War II, so many GOs raped and tortured German women. It was absurd. I truly think it's awful what the American GOs did during the war. And quite frankly, if someone blew up the US military headquarters, as was done during the 9/11 attacks, while obviously I denounce terrorism and I think terrorism is bad and I don't think anyone should commit acts of terrorism, it would be funny and they would kind of have it coming at this point. I thought of a new slogan if I ever run for president of the US. The punishment for being a conservative will be 100 years in prison, and the punishment for being a liberal will be 1,000 years in prison. If I ever run for president, that's going to be my slogan. What a great idea that would be. Something I've been thinking about very deeply these last few days is how important it is to act fast regarding the great replacement. So, we all know that white people are being replaced, and we all know who is doing it. Um, but uh, it not very much is being done to stop it. You see very few people doing anything, and when people you do see people doing anything, it's oftentimes terrible things that shouldn't have happened, like the Buffalo shootings. We need not murder, as is very wrong and unchristian. We need politicians to make a meaningful difference. We only have a few elections left where white people will be the majority. Um, and at the rate we're going, any movement of the Overton window towards the right is so slow that it's going to be 100 years time before actually stopping this sort of stuff and helping things out will become mainstream among white people. And do you really think in 100 years time, when America is only 20-30% white, we'll be able to do that? No, we won't. We need to make so much change in such little time. It's unbelievable. The US politicians need to start being radical in a sense. Um, to be honest, I'm not sure how to get this done. Oh, and if anyone watches this YouTube video to see whether it needs to be removed for hate speech, when I said the Jews run the U.S. military and the police force and are taking part in a genocide, I meant to say in Minecraft at the end. I just forgot to say that. The U.S. military and the police force are run by Jews in Minecraft, and the U.S. military and the police force are committing white genocide in Minecraft. Obviously, that's not happening in real life. Of course not. Just in case there's any confusion there, I thought I would make sure everyone understands where I was going with that. I was talking about villagers, not Jewish people. Of course, I love the Jewish people, obviously. Sometimes I wonder what I'm even fighting for because Donald Trump isn't extreme enough. He shilled for Israel. He let his daughter he blessed the marriage of his daughter to a social Marxist globalist, and he didn't do anything that would make a meaningful difference to help racial demographics, or at least in a big way, I should say, in a big way. He didn't ban white women in particular from taking birth control. He didn't ban white women in particular from getting abortions. He didn't ban white straight couples in particular from engaging in sodomy. He didn't do all the things he could have to turn white women into rabbits. The US government should be doing everything it can to make white women have as many white children as possible. These racial demographics are awful and they're only getting worse. But yet, things haven't gotten more extreme than Trump on the right. They've gotten less extreme. He only won the 2016 election. The Republican Party, to paraphrase from Nick, got raped 3 times in 2018, in 2020, and in 2022. And these Republican politicians, these mainstream Republican politicians, like they're just getting more and more cucked. And it just gets worse and worse as the time goes on. I don't know what we're going to do about it, but we need to find some way. I guess, I don't know. I think, I'm not sure how we're going to pull this off. But I feel the solution is simple. We need a totalitarian, authoritarian dictatorship to replace the US government. They will enforce our laws, which will help racial demographics. And here's the thing, if you ask me, will I see my own race, our people, become a minority in my own lifetime? Yes, I think I am. But if I see what I want to see, I'll also see my own race stop being a minority and start being a majority again within my own lifetime. Is it inevitable that these predictions that white people are going to become a minority in a few years, correct? Yeah, probably. But if we enforce my kind of laws, my eugenicist laws, then white people will become a majority again. It's that simple. Eugenics. Well, I think I'm going to call it good for today's stream. See you. I think I'll see you tomorrow, if I can.